Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into a special edition of Facebook Live. I'm Dave Purpura, along with Jarrod Ulrey, and we are here today to announce the winner honorees for our upcoming Winter Spring Sports Banquet that's going to be on Thursday night, May 24th, up at Villa Milano. The fall one was a huge success.
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to this, honoring the winter and the spring athletes together. Big deal again. We've been getting in touch with a lot of people.
Absolutely. And we have some sponsors for this here.
We do. Nationwide Children's Hospital is a big sponsor of this program. They'll be helping us out. You'll be seeing, in fact, you can see them on the banner here, the very cool banner that we have in the background. Kind of feels more official here with this behind us. What is it?
The banquet's going to be May 24th. And also, probably in early May, we're going to do another one of these Facebook Lives where we announce the spring athletes that we're going to be honoring at this banquet as well. 40
of them. RSVPs are due by May 17th. A bit of housekeeping there, just to make sure that you're in for May 24th, which is the banquet. And it's going to be a tight window with spring. We all know about the weather difficulties we've had.
It's a very busy time, but it's important that we do this. So.
Oh, absolutely. It's a lot of fun for us too. Here are the nominees. We're going to start.
I'll start with boys and girls bowling. What we're going to start with here. Boys bowling. We got Cameron Singer from Northland, Daniel Vowles from Olentangy Liberty, Ryan O'Connor and Devon Richardson from Westerville Central, and Jason Kefauver from Whitehall. And in girls bowling, we're going to be inviting Avery Brown from Eastmore Academy, Shannon Gonzalez and Brianne McKnight from Gahanna Lincoln, and Michaela Barber and Madison Stifler from Whitehall.
Whitehall, one of the better bowling programs, as is Westerville Central in this area. That's something that both of those schools have become known for among other sports in the last couple of years.
Well, when I look at the boys bowling list here, we've got Ryan O'Connor, Kefauver, and Vowles all finished at the top 10 at the state tournament, and Richardson had an incredible regular season for Westerville Central. So there's some great ones out there. And for the girls bowlers, we've got Brianne McKnight and Shannon Gonzalez both helped Gahanna win state championship this year.
Yeah. Yep.
And Madison Stifler's had an incredible career along with Michaela. So, and Avery is a longtime great bowler for Eastmore. She's going to Arkansas State next year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some great ones.
Well, we move on to gymnastics. Our honorees in gymnastics will be Mary Dimitrov of Big Walnut, Bethany Hurt of Dublin Kaufman, Greta Plank of Hilliard Bradley, Chloe Shook of Hilliard Darby, and Gianna Brooks of Westerville Central. All of them, I believe, competed in the individual.
Absolutely.
Not necessarily team, but individual state tournaments. Greta Plank helped Hilliard Bradley get there for the first time. That's a very good field, and I know you cover Dublin Kaufman. You've seen plenty of Bethany Hurt and her gymnastics over the years.
Bethany is a two-time district all-around champion, really, she had a great season overall. Gianna Brooks she had a great district meet, ended up making it to state. Greta Plank, Chloe Shook actually finished 13th on floor at state, which was the highest finish of any area gymnast in the individual meet. So,
her sister Taylor also was an intern with us
a
couple of years ago as well. We head into swimming now. You and I both covered the Division I swim meet, and we saw some.
It was hot, but it was a great time there.
Yeah, we were dressed about like this in the late February. On the boys' side, Jacob Eisman of Columbus Academy, Eddie Michael of Dublin Kaufman, Max Scott of Dublin Jerome. What a very memorable season this year. Ben Kuriger of Olentangy, Jason Matthews of Westerville North, who was a state champion. On the girls' side, some girls that you know.
Jordan Arno Reese from Columbus School for Girls, Kristen Sable from Dublin Kaufman, Macy Vieta from Gahanna, Rachel Peroni from Olentangy Liberty, and Dakota Elliott from Upper Arlington. You mentioned Max Scott. I mean, he helped that relay win the state championship, or win a share of the state championship. And of course, Jason Matthews won a state title. Jacob Eisman had a great meet for Columbus Academy, individually and and on some relays. And then Ben Kuriger and Eddie Michael, great careers for them too.
Absolutely. And Dakota Elliott, look on the girls' side from Upper Arlington. She was a state champion. She's going to be heading to Pittsburgh to swim as well. Very memorable career for her. Macy Vieta, a very, very good diver.
Well, yeah,
the last several years
a
for
state
Gahanna.
Champion as a sophomore and a state runner-up this year.
And we head into hockey. We got 5 names there to share.
Well, for hockey, we'll start with Carter Patchett and Harrison Grant of Dublin Jerome, Tyler Riddle from New Albany, Sam Turner from Olentangy Liberty, Liberty, and Nick Corrali from Watterson. And actually, I had a chance to cover a lot of these athletes this year. Patchett and Graff, excuse me, led Jerome to the state tournament, so they had quite a season. And Sam Turner is somebody that he was the only area player to make first team All-State from Central Ohio. And Nick Corrali is a very talented Watterson hockey player, also a great runner too. And he finished with I believe he led all of Capital Hockey Conference in goals scored in conference play this year.
Okay.
And then you covered Tyler Riddle.
Yep, over 40 goals for him. All-State honoree. I believe he's the first All-State honoree in New Albany history. They've had a team for about 5 years now, the last 3 of which were on the varsity level, so a memorable season for him and the Eagles. And now we head into wrestling. 30 wrestlers here.
That's right. Well, let's start with Elliot Clark from Bexley, Bailey Monday from Big Walnut, Jaden Maddox and Devin Wood from Central Crossing, Lennox Wallach and Ben Yost from Dublin Kaufman, Darren Pulliam and Daniel Segura from Dublin Scioto, Michael Petrella and Griffin Rathburn from Hartley, Deacon Sawchuck from Hilliard Bradley, Jarrod Ball and Jacob Cover from Hilliard Darby, Gio DeSabato and Micah Dusso from Hilliard Davidson.
And continuing on the second 15, Hudson Jump of Grandview Heights, Tyler Bates, Tyler Connolly, Walker Hurd, and Jake Marsh, all from Marysville. Hunter Thornsberry of Newark, from Northridge Forest Belli and Clay Reeves, from Olentangy, Xander Gore and Jacob Sherman, Carson Karchla, Trevor Lawson, and Blake Saito from Olentangy Liberty, Mitch Herron of Upper Arlington, and Mitch Potter from Westerville North. And I apologize if we mispronounce any names. We definitely don't want to do that. But it's a really good group, some state champions.
Three state champions among that group. Jaden Maddox actually is a 2-time state champion, so quite a career for him.
That's right.
Carson Karchla really emerged this year for Olentangy Liberty after he didn't even compete in the postseason last year for some different reasons. And then this year, he ends up winning the state championship. Pretty crazy. And then Hudson Jump won a state title for Grandview in Division III, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
And also some other guys that kind of jumped out to me. Trevor Lawson from Olentangy Liberty, state runner-up. Mm-hmm. He's actually placed in the top three times, so quite a career for him.
That's a very special program that they have up at Olentangy Liberty there. If you ever get a chance to go to their wrestling room, it's a lot of fun to go there and watch a match.
I know you covered Mitch Herron. He's a pretty good story, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's a junior this year. Actually missed a lot of his sophomore year because of injury. And was able to come back and have a very good season, first state qualifier for Arlington in 5 years. Now we head into girls basketball. 2 sports to go. Girls basketball, and then we'll head into boys basketball. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anybody there. We have 30 of them, and let us start with Jordan Horston and Alexia Smith of Afrocentric State Championship team, Maddie Vincent of Bexley, Lissy Snaufer of Delaware Christian, Emma Burns of DeSales, Lily Edwards and J.G. Sheldon of Dublin Kaufman, Michelle Grant of Eastmore Academy from Gahanna, Eden Battle and Anisha Harris, Kennedy Taylor of Hartley, Annie Roush of Hilliard Darby, Emily Simon of Hilliard Davidson, and Morgan Sharps and Katie Shoemate from District Champion Newark. That's
right. Carlisa Strickland from Independence, Gina Weatherspoon from Northland, Emma Umani from Olentangy Liberty, Madison Green and Malia Perry from Pickerington Central, Danny Hall from Reedy, Uju Azudu and Kyra Walker from Reynoldsburg, Jaslyn Gators from Thomas Worthington, Macy Spielman from Upper Arlington, Savannah Childress from Wellington, Anissa Jones and Summer Pitzer from Westerville South, Trinity McClure from Westland, and Maggie Crozier from Worthing and Kilbourne.
This is a fun year for girls basketball, and a lot of it is around the area. Of course, Pickerington Central winning the Division I state championship, and Green and Perry were huge parts of that. Madison Green had some great performances in the postseason, among other Tigers, but she really demonstrated the ability to take over some games. Yeah. I know you saw Afrocentric quite a bit in Division III as they wanted to win a state title.
Well, think about this junior class for a minute. Horston and J.C. Sheldon were both district players of the year. They're juniors. Mm-hmm. Madison Green's a junior.
Perry's a junior.
Perry's a junior. Yep. Both the Newark players that are on this list, Morgan Sharps and Shoemate, they're both juniors. Mm-hmm. Uju Azudu from Reynoldsburg, another junior. I mean, this is shaping up to be a really special season next year. I mean, it was a great season this year. I mean, it's been a very long time since Central Ohio won the Division I state championship in girls basketball. So, mm-hmm. That was great for them this year. And Afrocentric is, been the class of the City League for a long time and won six state titles now. Pretty amazing. And I mean, yeah, lots of great performances this year.
7th state title for Pickerington Central as well, and their first since 1999, which is kind of the tail end of that really dominant run that they had under the recently retired Dave Butcher. And now we go to boys basketball. Our 30 players there, and you have the first half of the list.
We'll start with Trey Baumgartner from Afrocentric, DeTrey Long and Jelani Simmons from Beechcroft, Brady Snyder from Canal Winchester, Justin Shipman Curtis from Columbus East, Trayon Watkins from Columbus South, Taryn Kinsway from Delaware, Dominic Penn from Dublin Kaufman, Tavion Kinsey from Eastmore Academy, P.J. Jones from Grove City, Garrett Tipton from Hartley, Christopher Anthony and Claudio Pena from Harvest Prep, Isaiah Spielman from Hilliard Bradley, and Owen Hazelbaker from Johnstown.
And continuing our final 15, J.T. Shoemate from Newark, Sean Marks from Olentangy, Ben Roderick from Olentangy Liberty, Adrian Nelson from Division I state semifinalist Pickerington Central, Jerome Hunter from Pickerington North, Chance Dawson and Brady Thomas from Reedy, Trey Williams from Reynoldsburg, Dane Goodwin, Mr. Basketball from Upper Arlington, Solomon Pierre Lewis from Wellington, Von Cameron Davis from Walnut Ridge, Thomas Hickman from Westerville Central, Julius Brown of Westerville North, Jordan McMillan of Westerville South, and Rico Bagley of Whitehall. And I dropped a couple distinctions in there, but boy, this was a real good year. You talked about it for girls basketball. We anticipated this was going to be a special year for boys basketball in this area, and I think it was.
I mean, we at the district level, we honored Jerome Hunter and Dane Goodwin were co-district players of the year, and their teams didn't even win district championships. I mean, that's
how competitive.
That kind of shows how deep it was in Central Ohio this year. Let's see some other ones that kind of jumped out to me. I mean, obviously the two guys from Harvest Prep. I mean, they had a perfect season going until the state semifinal and ended up losing there. But great finish for both of them. Jelani Simmons and DeTrey Long, Tavion Kinsey, and Trey Baumgartner. Those might have been the four best players from the city this year. All really great players.
Yeah, special crop, and we're going to say goodbye to some of these guys. You talked about a lot of juniors coming back on the girls' side. We had a lot of very talented seniors on the boys' side. To reiterate again, the banquet is Thursday, May 24th at Villa Milano. If you're an honoree, make sure your RSVP is in by May 17th. Again, Villa Milano, 1630 Schrock Road. I love their lasagna, by the way. I just want to throw that in there. Doors will open at 6 o'clock, and the event begins at 7. And our banquet sponsor is Nationwide Children's Hospital. Jarrod, we get to do this again in a few weeks for spring. We're not exactly sure what the date is. We will let you know at some point, but we're going to be figuring that out over the next couple weeks. So play hard. You might get your name on this list here.
With all the bad weather, it's kind of spring seems like it's kind of a short season this year, but there's plenty of time for us to honor some athletes there too.
Yes, absolutely, and we'll be figuring that out shortly. Thank you for joining us here on your lunch hour on Friday. For Jarrod Ulrey, I'm Dave Purpura. So long, everybody.